Done. Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Desai and today we are going to present our presentation on the selected poems like Lakshman, Hero Whisper and Dinodan. Now let's start this introductory presentation with the first poem Lakshman by Toru Dutt. Next. These are the table of content which are discussed in this presentation about this poem. Next. Now let's start with the introduction of Toru Dutt. Toru Dutt was a poet, novelist, essayist, translator, and polyglot. Polyglot means written in many languages or knowing many languages and know about something new about the language and power of language. In the sphere of Indo-English poetry, the era of Renaissance may be termed as the age of Dutts, because the age was dominated by the two sisters, Toru and Aru, and renowned poetical man, Ramesh Chandra Dutt. Toru Dutt works connects with the Indo-Anglian literature to that France, highlighting the importance of considering cultural background, historical background, and a renowned background of life and mythological. When the history of literature of our country comes to become be written, and there is sure to be a page in it dedicated to this fragile, exotic blossom of songs. Toru Dutt's poems, known as a blossom of songs, is like a very beauty of words, beauty of structure, and many more things. This sentence is Edmund Gosse, famous final flourish to his memory of the Toru Dutt, which introduced her posthumous volume Ancient Ballad and the Legend of Hindustan, published in 1882. Next. These are the major works by Toru Dutt, Sita, and the Ancient Ballad and Legend of Hindustan. Next. You can go through this link and recite the full poem, because poem is too long, so can't be able to in a slide put in the slide. Next. Now let's discuss about the introduction of poem. Lakshman poem is a mythological poem written by Toru Dutt and published in 1882. It is a conversation or dialogue between Sita and Lakshman, based on a scene from the Ramayana. In the poem, Sita is determined to save her husband, Ram, who may be in danger. The poem focuses on the small section of the dialogue between Sita and Lakshman. And Dutt uses her diction to highlight Sita's latent fear and anxieties. Dutt in her poem very well used about the anxiety of Sita and fear of Sita, fear about the life and death. The poem's background is as follows: like Sita is fascinated by the beauty of a golden deer and wants to get its skin to decorate her hut. Next. In this poem, we observe the major themes like failure. Failure, the poems depicts a moment of failure of three characters like Ram, Lakshman, and Sita. Ram is afraid to leave Sita alone in the dangerous forest to kill a golden deer for her. She accuses Lakshman of being disloyal to his brother and delaying his help. Then loyalty. We observe a theme like loyalty. Lakshman has devoted himself to his brother Ram since childhood and has served him and Sita endlessly. Then we see the positivity. The Toru Dutt very well describe about the positivity in this through this poem. The narrator talks to nature and himself, expressing that even through they are surrounded by ill omens, he knows that his brother is safe and that Ram is the strongest under the sky. Next. continue. We observe the major themes and major thing about the poem like duty versus emotions. Duty is the concept of the duty is a deep sense of unwavering loyalty and commitment by the one's brother, by the Lakshman. Ram, where he readily accepts and embraces his responsibilities to protect him in the face of danger. Emotion, very well captured by the very well capture emotions in this poem, like his constant vigilance, unwavering focus on guarding Ram, and immediate response to any potential threats exemplify his unwavering sense of duty. The poem sometimes depicts Lakshman thoughts, revealing his commitment to his role as protector and his determination to fulfill it. Lakshman present as a protector of Sita and Ram also. Next. From here, more light up on the poem, I would like to call Reshma Bilakia. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. Summary of the poem Lakshman, where we all know that Lakshman is a poem which is taken from Ramayana story, where Ram is deceived by a golden deer, which is actually a demon. So the demon mimics Ram's voice calling for help, where Sita gets panic and asks Lakshman to investigate, though Lakshman knows Ram is invincible. So Sita accuses Lakshman of plotting against Ram and wanting to marry her, where Lakshman was deeply hurt and agrees to leave, but draws a protective line, Lakshman Rekha. So he blesses Sita and prays for her safety before departing with sorrow. Next, key symbolic elements. First, Lakshman's vigilance, where he's constant keeping watchful over the Sita, represents the protective instinct of a devoted brother, even when his actions are misconstrued. Next, Sita's doubt. Her suspicion towards Lakshman, which symbolizes the potential for misunderstanding and vulnerability of a woman in a challenging situation. The forest setting, where the wild, untamed environment represents the dangers and uncertainties faced by the characters during their exile. Lakshman's unwavering loyalty, where despite Sita's doubt, his resolute commitment to Ram, where he underscores the strength of his brotherly bond. And now, for further information, I would like to call Nanda.
Hello everyone. My pointer name is Impact on Literary Tradition. First point in a bridge between Western and Eastern literature, merging of styles and themes from both traditions, contribution to Indian English literary movement, and the influence on subsequent poets and writers. In more here the these involves blending styles and themes from both traditions, creating a rich hybrid literary experience that reflects a global perspective. Next, here cultural significance reflection of Indian mythology draws upon the epic tale of the Ramayana. Here some Thus, focus is on key values such as duty, loyalty, and familial bonds, which are central to Indian culture and moral. Lakshman is portrayed as exemplary in figure of devotion and sacrifice, embodying the virtues celebrated in the South Asian culture. Now, according to police system theory, literature functions as a dynamic system where different genre and forms compete for recognition and recognition, Transitions play an important role in this system, acting as a product and catalyst for cultural exchange and thus influencing the development and transformation of literature in the different linguistic context. Next. Now, the conclusion in the poem of Toruda, the human emotions are seen and felt in a superlative degree. This poem belongs to Hindu mythology as it has a background to the incident of abduction of Sita by Ravan. Lakshman is sent forcefully by Sita to aid Ram, who is supposedly to be a shouting, but it was not Ram but Ravan's ally. Hence, the whole poem is based on the Hindu mythology. Amid the crisis of Sita's stance of Lakshman is essential to know. He was following his duty and knew the reality of both Ram and the forest. Hence, he was right there. But how he felt from venomous words of Sita is something went to unnoticed, which poet has brought into highlight. Thank you. Next poem, Dinodan poem by Rabindranath Tagore. First introduction for I invite Mr. Rao.
Okay, now let's move forward to the second poem, Dinodan by Rabindranath Tagore. Next. We begin with the introduction of the Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a very prominent Indian poet, musician, writer, translator, as well as he reshaped the Bengal literature and music, as well as Indian art with contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th century. His family provided crucial support and inspired many themes in his literary works, making them an integral part of his creative journey. Next. Tagore also won the first non-European to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in the 1913. His book of poems, Gitanjali. Gitanjali is a very famous work by Rabindranath Tagore. Next. These are the most famous works by Rabindranath Tagore: Gitanjali, The Home and the World, The Postmaster, Chitrang Gada, Kabuliwala, Rakt Karabi, Sadhana, Shashar, Kobita, Gora, and Chokarbali. Next. His writing style is very well attractive to the readers. In his writing style, we can observe the emotional depth, complexity of life, complexity of characters, and spirituality, human nature, and love. Tagore's poetic language and uses of metaphors are some of the distinguishing features of his writing. He was not only a various literary forms. In this recent work, Home and the World, we can clearly observe the complexity of national movement, complexity of characters, complexity of life, and love, nature, and many more things we can observe in this from this work, from that work. Next. This is the link of the poem. You can go through the link, click and go through the poem. Poem is too long, so that's why we can't add in the slide. Next. For this further information, I would like to call Nanda Chawda to some summary of the poem. Thank you.
This Dinodan, the impeachment gift. This poem is 120 years old and it is a poem of a Bengali poem and written by Rabindranath Tagore. Here the Tagore's Dinodan tells the story. Here first line is there is no god in the temple. His Dinodan impeachment gift by Rabindranath Tagore is a captivating narrative that delves into the profound complexity of human nature, societal hierarchies, and the interplay of power and compassion. Here, main theme. First, we let a summary about this poem. What is the measure? Tagore's Dinodan tells the story of a proud king who spends a fortune building a grand temple to honor God while neglecting his people who have lost everything in a devastating fire. And wise sage named Narottama rejects the king's temple and chooses to worship under a simple tree, teaching the king's temples and chooses to worship under a simple tree, teaching the king that true devotion comes from humility and compassion, not wealth and extravagance. The story highlights the importance of helping the poor and the dangers of arrogance, a message that resonates even today with the greed and excess of the powerful. The poem, that is the main theme, and about the poem present a confrontation between a king says about true piety and worship. The king believes that his lavish temple is a testament to his devotion. The sage, however, represent Tagore's beliefs that true spirituality is about helping the needy and not building a monument of pride. Now, next further information give Reshma.
Hello guys, once again, summary of the poem narrative, where setting of the scene in this poem, we can see that Narottama is a saint who rejects the king's temple and prays under a tree, where he has followers, drawing devotees. The king's challenge, where the king confronts the sage about his refusal to worship in the expensive temple. Crisis of conscience. The sage reveals the king's neglect of his subjects during a drought, where drought comes and 20,000 people dies because of this temple when the temple was built. The king's wrath angered the king. Means the king gets angry and the king banishes the sage, who peacefully accepts and stating that where God has been append on, the devote should also live. Critical analysis, where Tagore critiques materialism and superficial worship, where he talks about in the true worship that it is not in wealth but in humble acts of kindness. Then royal pride. The king's temple is a manifestation of ego, not devotion. Social responsibility. Power and wealth come with moral obligation toward the welfare of others. Now, the conclusion of this poem, Dinodan. The impoverished gift serves as a profound reminder of bhakti, means devotion, and the ethical obligation that come with power and wealth. So Tagore's insistence that God resides with the poor offers a narrative that challenges readers to rethink the significance of their gifts and action in relation to the marginalized. This is the citation of this poem. Do you know that? It is in other language, so we were not getting more citations, so only one. The next poem is To a Hero Worshipper by Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo. His original name is Aurobindo Ghosh. Sri is also spelled as SHRI Sri. He was born on 15th August 1870 in Kolkata, India, and he died on 5th December 1950 in Pondicherry. In education, where for education he was sent to England at the age of 7, and he graduated from Cambridge with expertise in Greek and Latin. Then he gained insights into this Western civilization and modern scientific thought. And when he returned to India in 1893, he studied Sanskrit, Bengali literature, philosophy, and political science. Where he was also a multifaceted figure, where he played different roles in his life. Where he was a freedom fighter, poet, scholar, yogi, maharishi, and philosopher, and was also a founder of Sri Aurobindo Ashram, which was established by him. His works, The Life Divine, and excluding that, we have other major works, which includes essays on Gita, published in 1922, collected poems and plays in 1942, the synthesis of yoga in 1948, the human cycle in 1949, the ideal of human unity in 1949, Savitri, which is a legend and a symbol, in 1950, and on the Ved in 1956. Next. Next is writing style of this poem, To a Hero Worshipper, which he has used in this poem, where he has used free words with various sentence structures and enjambment. The language he has used in the poem is rich with imaginary and metaphors, nature, and we can see mythological references in this poem, To a Hero Worshipper. The tone of this poem, To a Hero Worshipper, is very reflective, oscillating between self doubt and subtle confidence. Then the influences in the poem, we can see like Western romantic poets like Byron, Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, which is mixed with Indian cultural elements. Next. This is the poem's link, where Rahul Bhai said that this poem is also very big, so you can refer the link. Now, the summary of the poem, To a Hero Worshipper, where the stanza 1 speaks about the speaker, where he feels that poetry is misunderstood and seen as meaningless. So they compare themselves to famous Western poets like Byron, P.B. Shelley, etc., feeling their own work which lacks their power and depth. And yes, the speaker says they are only repeating old Indian traditions, not creating something new or powerful, like the poet over here, Sri Aurobindo is saying. The next stanza, and one more thing, the poem is in two stanzas. This To a Hero Worshipper. So second stanza, the speaker looks at nature but doesn't find deep messages or lessons in it. So they compare themselves to a nightingale bird that sings naturally without thinking about why, just expressing beauty for its own sake. Next. Next, critical analysis. In insecurity, where the speaker feels their poetry is less impactful than Western poets. Then cultural tension, which talks about the conflict between Indian heritage and Western standards. The purpose of the art, where the poetry is valued for its beauty, not for the moral or deeper meaning. Nature's role, where the nature is appreciated for its aesthetic qualities, not for the hidden messages. Then instinctive creation, where art is seen as a natural, spontaneous expression. Next. Conclusion of the poem, To a Hero Worshipper, where the speaker reflects on feeling inadequate compared to famous Western poets but embraces their unique connection to Indian tradition. They reject the idea that poetry must always carry deep messages, instead, valuing the simple expression of beauty, which we can see in the poem. Through the nightingale metaphor, the poem highlights the natural, instinctive quality of artistic creation, where beauty is enough in itself. And ultimately, we can see the speaker accepts that there is poetic voice, which may not be grand or prophetic, but it's still valuable for its authenticity and connection to nature. These are the citations. And thank you.